Somehow I am very nervous to record this. I have no idea why, but I feel like it's been a long time coming and I've wanted to start this podcast for so freaking long, and we're finally here. We're finally making it happen. And admittedly, I have to tell you this little story. I've had create a podcast, quote, on my wish list for my business since the end of 2024. And I wanted to create a space where I could do magical things with my people. And I'm going to tell you about that in a minute. But I was like, okay, I'm going to wait to create this podcast until I've done my brand shoot for 2025. And I try to do a branding photo shoot every year for my business. And so I waited to do my photo shoot. I brought my microphone to the photo shoot. Like I did all of this stuff. And I'm like, I'm going to wait until I get these photos back. And then I'm going to launch my podcast. And I just got my pictures back. It is June of 2025. We're about halfway through the year, literally. And I'm just now launching my podcast. And I realized, I'm like, geez, I waited 6 months for a picture to launch a podcast. Like, what a silly thing. Like, that is not who I am. Like, I make moves, whether it's messy, whether it's imperfect. Like, I'm so shocked by myself that I waited this long to do this for a simple photo. But nonetheless, it's like interesting to have these reflections and realize that I could have launched this podcast 6 months ago and I didn't need a picture to do that. So if you're waiting for something silly like that, just realize like you will get to that moment where you've waited all that time and you realize you actually kind of wasted time. Kind of silly that we do that. But anyway, welcome to the first ever episode of Chit Chat with Chan podcast style. We've been on YouTube this whole time, but we're going to take things up like 110 notches. It's about to get real spicy. I'm really excited and my heart is beating so fast right now. I'm like, I need some water really bad, but I am Chandler. I am your host. I'm going to be your ultimate hype woman here. I'm going to be like the business strategist, content guru, like whatever you want to think of this as, but this is going to be the voice that will be in your ear reminding you that you were actually made for big things. And I know that if you're here in my world and you're listening to this podcast, you actually feel inside of you that rumble that you are made for big things. This show is going to be a space for very bold conversations, very much real life breakthroughs. I'm going to be telling a lot of like real time stories, things that happen with me in my business, things that happen with my clients and my groups and my families. And I just want to have like unfiltered strategies with you guys. I'm very much leaning into this artsy way of business and it's lighting me up. Like my soul feels so happy. And I just want to create this space for women who are building empires with their true voice, their presence, their power. And if you've ever felt like I want to be known for what I do. Like I want to be the one. I want to go to the top. I want to see what I'm made of. Like I just want to run through brick walls. Or maybe you're like craving more alignment in your business and you've been building a brand for a while and you want the visibility, you want the challenges, you want to be stretched, you want to get to that edge and you want to take the leap over the edge so that you fall into something different. You want more sales, you want to make more money, you want to just be so successful and you want to do it all with massive fulfillment, you're in the right place. I decided to actually create Chit Chat with Chan on YouTube because I have had some very powerful shifts in my business when I'm having real life conversations with women that are similar to me in the way that they stop at nothing on the pursuit of getting what they want. So I started Chit Chat with Chan in the beginning of this year where I literally put a feeler out on Threads. If you don't know what Threads is, it's like Instagram's version of Twitter or X or whatever we're calling it these days. I put a feeler out and I was like, who wants to be on my show? That's literally what I said. And I wasn't even really using Threads like that at the time, but I was like, what a cool thing. Like I posted this little thread. It said, who wants to be on my show? I'm looking for like powerful, strong female entrepreneurs in the online business space. And it went viral. It went nuts. And I was like, okay, shoot, like I really got to create this show now. And so I went through this process of making this a professional approach. So I created like a form that I had an application to get into my show. Like I wasn't just going to take anyone. I wanted to make sure that I had the right audience. I wanted to make sure I had the right guest. And I started having a blast with it. I started uncovering like all these different types of business owners. And I started seeing where their common themes were and where they were successful and like how they did what they did. And I was having so much fun having conversations with them. And that all stemmed from just putting a feeler out there on Threads, but I realized I would have these really powerful conversations with women when I got in the room with them. I had joined my first ever group program towards the end of 2023, and then I actually joined a mastermind in 2024. And there was retreats that were part of this mastermind. And I realized when I got in the room, my life changed. My business had breakthroughs. I became a different woman on the other side. And I wanted to create that in a podcast, in a show. I didn't want things to feel like a sales call when I was coming on to train. Like I didn't want it to feel yucky. I wanted to feel like I could talk like me, cuss if I want to, like just be improper with my grammar, like whatever it took. And I wanted to just be unfiltered. I wanted to create this space where if someone were listening to me, they would say, wait, I can do that too. I want to be that voice for you as you're listening to this. I want you to turn into this woman who believes in what you carry. You're walking this journey with me, and you're just so ready to activate that boldest version of you and enter this journey where it just keeps getting better and better and better in both life and business. So I'm bringing this over to podcast style so that you can take me with you on your hot girl walks. You can take me in the car with your kids. You can take me to the beach. Please take me to the beach. But this podcast is going to be built for the woman who's already in the game. You're not new to this. You've been running your personal brand. You've been stretching yourself. You are totally comfortable with getting uncomfortable. You show up on Instagram. You are selling your offers. You're creating experiences, and you have these coaching containers from your own wisdom, but you are ready for more. You want to be more intriguing. You want it to feel effortless. You want more confidence to come through in your content, in your emails, in your websites, in your sales pages. You want more clarity around how to show up like the one that they go to. And if that's you, I already love you so much, but also welcome home. All right, so here's what you can expect on this show in the podcast version. We will still have the interviews over on Chit Chat with Chan YouTube, so you can watch us there video style. You can see our faces. And then the audio will be brought over here, but I'm also going to add in a lot of trainings, a lot of shows, a lot of episodes. And I'm going to be talking about things like content strategies. That is my secret sauce. I love Instagram content. I've been doing it for over 5 years, but I want to help you create content that stands out, that feels so much like you, but it also converts. It brings people into your world effortlessly. You feel like you didn't even have to do the heavy lifting. Then I'm going to talk to you about energy shifts and mindset things, and I'm going to literally light a fire in your soul. I'm going to wake you up to your own magic. I'm also going to be giving hella behind the scenes breakdowns of my business, of client breakthroughs, of my launches, of my offers. And I might even bring some of my personal clients on here, or at least tell stories about them where they've truly embraced bold growth and they've been rewarded for that. Part of what I do is a gentle mix of compassion and tough love. I don't sugarcoat things, but I also feel like I am a really nice human. Like I feel very kind at my core. Like I'm never going to hurt your feelings. I'm always going to lift you up, but I am going to keep it real. Every single episode will be here to help you walk away with more belief in yourself. You'll have more direction. You will feel a giant urge to get in motion because you'll realize that nothing changes unless you change. So here is what you should do. First of all, follow the show. Whatever platform you're using, make sure you follow the show. You do not want to miss what's coming. I have so many good ideas. And then once you listen to this intro episode, send me a DM and let me know that you listened to it so that I can celebrate with you. I can cheers with you. And I can also just say thank you for listening in. Also, give the show a review if you feel like that is natural for you. Maybe drop a little comment in there. And if you're like, oh my God, I need to get Chandler in my corner, like I need to be coached by her, send me a DM with the word takeover on Instagram, and I will have a conversation with you to try to understand which one of my offers, programs, or opportunities would help you the most. This show, all of this that we're doing right here is truly just the beginning. It's like the more successful I get in my business, the more I don't know. And the more I'm like so obsessed with learning more and more and more and more. And I'm bringing that all to you. You're not meant to do all of this alone. And obviously I don't even feel like I have to tell you this, but we don't play small here. So buckle up. We are going to take over the world together. And I will see you next time on Chit Chat with Chan. Mwah.